All right, guys. So video one is business setup. So here's what we're going to cover in this video. The legal entity setup for both the US and Canada. So I'm going to show you the websites that I would use or my preference, the best state, again, a preference, but a state that you can register in for tax purposes, so on and so forth. And that's about it. You're done in Bradstreet number. So you use this for credit applications when you're applying, or when landlords or property management will, they'll run applications on you. So this is the number that you'll use to put on the credit check. Building credit with trade lines. So this is just the fastest way I know to build credit on a new business, and we'll utilize trade lines to do this. And lastly is professionalizing your business presence. So I'm going to show you the fastest and best way, I think, to make websites, pitch decks, emails, stuff like that. And then, of course, just a brief summary. So, as always, warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. The only thing I'll let you fast forward is if you're in the US, you can skip the Canadian part. Pro tip, you can watch this in 2x speed if you want, although I don't recommend it, but All right, guys, so legal entity in Canada. I'm setting it up. Now, the one downfall about being Canadian is there's a lot more extra steps involved in this. But if you do this right, this is the best case scenario. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to set up a corporation in Canada. And you're going to, when they ask what type of business it is, you're going to say it's a holding co. Now you can do this very easily on the internet. It takes only a few minutes, seriously. And you literally just do it on, right here, you just click create your Canadian corporation here. And it'll take you to the Canada.ca website. Now you can do federal or provincial. I know people that have both. I don't think there's any implications for the US side. I think federal makes more sense because you can also operate in any of the provinces in Canada too if you do decide to open up shop over here as well. Once you click that, you just click incorporate a business. And then you click incorporate, and that's all it is. I'm not going to click this because it starts going into sensitive information, but it only costs you $100. This is the first step that you're going to do. Now, you want to make sure it's a holding co, but don't get worked up about the name or anything like that. Just take a random number generated name. Mine's still 15360, whatever, Canada Inc. So just leave it as that. If you do, grow into some very large company, you can always go back and just change the name with a DBA and name it anything you want. But I know many millionaires that just have just a Canadian, what it comes with, a number name. Once you have that, you have to contact a lawyer, unfortunately, to handle the structure setup, just because it's so particular. I actually tried to bring my lawyer on board on this school, but he didn't feel comfortable with me referring him to so many people in the free community. I do actually have him on board with the paid community. I'm not trying to sell you here, it's just all, he said I'd be able to send him some of the members from the paid community just because there'd be less of them. But he didn't give me the approval for the free side. But don't let that discourage you, because there's a million cross-border lawyers. Mine's not the only one, right? You can find a cross-border lawyer pretty easy just with a Google search. Now, the reason you have to contact a lawyer is because you want them to set up a particular structure called a GP-LP structure. This is very commonly used in the real estate world. The LP is traditionally just a passive partner. They just provide funds pretty much. And the GP side is usually the management that does the work, blah, blah, blah. This is kind of a loophole for Canadians to set this up because your Canadian company owns the GP and the LP. And it does qualify you for a certain tax perk called free flow taxation. So this is very, very important for our goal here because it allows us to make money in the US, send the money from the US LP to the Canadian company, and then pay yourself out or do whatever you want with it without having any tax implications or double taxation or anything like that. Even if you just learn this in this course, it's like that's good enough, honestly, because big real estate investors spend a lot of money to get people to teach them this type of stuff on how to actually, do business across the border. So yeah, just contact a lawyer, and that's all there is to it. Just say that you need to set up a GPLP structure similar to how a real estate investor would do it, and that's it. They'll set you up. The next thing that you're going to want to do is, after you've made contact with the lawyer, you're going to want to get a U.S. physical address. So you're going to need a physical address in the U.S., in the state that you're actually registering in. So I think you should register in Delaware. I think most people will agree. Just a form there, right? And if you do want to form Delaware, right, you can just go to this website called Physical Address. It's a business mailing address for like $7. You can just pay the whole month or the whole year if you want. But it will allow you to use this as your company address on paper when you're filing. And it will also allow you to receive mail to a business address. So this is what mine looks like. I moved all the stuff just because it was a bunch of personal documents. But essentially, mail will get sent to this address. They'll bring it up right here. And then you click scan, and then there's a worker there that will actually scan it for you. So you want to make sure that you get this done in the state you're registering. In our scenario, you just want to use Delaware. It takes a second, but then you're good. I still use this today. The exact same thing I have. See? Now, once you are working with a lawyer, they set the structure, you sign the documents, whatever, and you file it with your U.S. physical address on those files, right? Because that's the U.S. address for the business. Your lawyer will actually send off all the filings to the IRS. And the downfall about being a Canadian is you just have to wait to get the physical copy of the EIN. I'm not sure why, but for whatever reason, the lawyers have to fax this stuff to the IRS. They can't mail it. They can't call it. I don't know why, but that's why it takes so long. So you got to wait a few weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. Mine actually came a bit faster than that, but you never know. 6 to 8 weeks. And once you actually receive the EIN, then you're officially in the game. So this is the only real hurdle of being on the Canadian side, is these 4 steps. The address isn't a step, but getting the lawyer, getting him to file your stuff, and then getting the EIN. Once you have that, you're officially good to go. Once you have that, you can just create an online bank using Mercury. Mercury is the easiest bank to use as a Canadian. I still use my one account there. I have a couple others, but I still use my Mercury account because it's so convenient. And if you already have a CIBC account, you can also just reach out to them and get the extension to the CIBC US branch as well. So both these work. I still vote Mercury, honestly. It's just so easy. The only thing is you have to wait for that EIN document, and then you just have to upload a photo with your passport, stuff like that, and they'll allow you to open the account even though that you are a Canadian citizen, not in the US. So it's pretty cool. So that's it for entity setup, guys. Don't get discouraged. I promise you this is a lot easier than it sounds. You literally just create a corporation in Canada. It takes 3 minutes. You just go through the stuff. You just click yes, 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 fill out your information. Contact a lawyer, say I need this specific structure. All there is to it. You log on to physical address and you sign up. It takes 5 minutes. That's it. Just make sure you sign up in your state. The lawyer files your stuff. You pay the guy and you're in business. That's it. So one hurdle as Canadian citizens, so don't get discouraged. Now, the one thing I do want to bring up is that Canadians should apply for an ITIN as soon as possible to start building personal credit in the U.S. So what an ITIN is a individual tax identification number. So it's like a SIN card for Canada, right? A SIN card like in the U.S. So it's like a foreign tax ID. So this will allow you to open up a bank account. You will exist on their credit bureaus, right? Like your name. So you want to open up just an entry-level bank account and get like a secured credit card or something, just so you can start building basic credit in the U.S. Once your credit builds enough and you also have the U.S. business, you'll be able to get really powerful funding on the U.S. side. And on top of that, honestly, the credit cards are better. Everything's better over there. And the last plus would be if you do want to apply for your E2 visa, this will also make your life easier because you already have credit there, you have a company there. So you could actually migrate to the U.S. pretty easily and not have to come home. So to do this, I do want to mention this actually takes a bit to mail back to you. So I would do this sooner than later. It's a little tedious because you do have to get a true copy of a passport I think it's a true copy of the passport and mail it off. But it is very straightforward. Step 1, complete a request. They send the W-7 application. You sign and mail the package. and they send it off. So there's nothing like to it. It's just, this is something you don't want to wait too long on, just because it's so slow to come back. So literally all you do is just answer the questions. Look, personal information, photo of your passport, U.S. presence, income and tax, confirm and pay. That's literally all there is to it. And then they'll give you the documents, you mail it to the IRS with your true passport copy, and then you have an ITIN. And then you can go to the U.S. and you can use that as a temporary for the SSN they'll request over there. So definitely do that, guys. I waited too long, and I wish I didn't. Like I just said, yeah, this is important if you do decide to apply for your E2 over there. Wouldn't say it's mandatory, but having credit there doesn't hurt when you're applying for something like that, right? Next thing we're going to be talking about here, applies for both Canadians and US now, is the Dun & Bradstreet setup. So a DNB number is what you're going to use to help prove your business's creditworthiness and reliability to landlords through their application process. The setup process is very easy. We'll go through it in a second. But essentially, you just sign up for the credit builder and just receive your DNB number. It's free. Like I was saying, the usage is you actually use this for the applications itself, right? Especially for bigger property management companies. They're going to have a set way that they do corporate leases. And they're going to send you the applications. And then you just have to make sure that you have your DUNS number, your EIN. You have some credit on there, which I'll show you how to do in a second. And that's how you actually get approved, right? And building credit, like I just said, we'll go over that in a second. On the fastest ways that I know to bring up business credit. And then the timeline, yes, it takes about 60 to 90 days for new credit inquiries to actually show up on your Dun & Bradstreet number. So, DNB. So the actual website is literally just dnb.com, Dun & Bradstreet. Literally like 80% of the company or the landlords and property management and stuff I've worked with pretty much all do DNB. So you just get a DUNS number. And it's right, it's very easy. I won't go through this whole thing with you guys because it's so straightforward. But it's literally just like step 1, I have a US based business. Step 2, the basic information. You're a bit like, that's it, right? You want to expedite it? No, that's just an upsell. We don't do upsells. And then you'll probably get a call and they just verify that what you said is true. So what you'll do is I have a US based business, zip code, I don't know, 19806, don't see my business. You won't see your business. And then you just click get started for free here. You can expedite it if you want, but I don't know if it's worth $229. Depends, right? Depends on how fast you want to get started. Get started for free. You have to create an account. Like I said, I'm not going to go through like this one with you because it's so straightforward. But you literally just create an account, and the next step is your DUNS number application. You just need your basic business information and your EIN so they can look in the register and see you. After that, you're going to get your DUNS number, and that's literally all there is to it. This is very important. Do not skip this step. This is how you're going to actually show that you're worthy. You have creditworthiness to actually lease from the landlords, right? One thing I want to talk about very quickly, like I said, about like mostly all landlords and property management will go like be satisfied and go through the DUNS number, but you can also build your Experian business credit as well. Like DNB, an Experian number helps show your business creditworthiness, the exact same. It's just much less used, but it is free and it does take like 2 minutes to make. So you know it doesn't hurt, right? So you can also click on Experian and then just go through this to get your credit number here as well. Optional, but I would do it. So moving on, building credit with trade lines. When you first get your DUNS number and your business is brand new, you literally have zero credit, right? Like you have nothing. So in my opinion, the best thing that you can do is to start with some trade lines that will start pinging your credit, right? So your DUNS number, your Experian, all of it, right? They'll report to the bureaus and you will see that you do have some creditworthiness. Business credit is honestly like, it's not like personal credit. Like business credit is kind of a scam. Like it doesn't really show anything. Like you could be the most unreliable person ever or business ever and you can still have good business credit. So this is more just like knowing how to play the game, just so you know, guys. What trade lines actually are is things like a trade line is a net 30. They're called net 30 vendors. So essentially what that means is you have 30 days to pay it back, and it's just like a very small credit line. Like I just said, so net 30 accounts. So vendors offer terms that give you 30 days to pay after purchase, helping build their credit history. The three best ones to use are Uline, Office Granger, and Quill. This is again personal preference. You can buy toilet paper, pencils, any small item to set up trade lines, and the only point of it is just so it actually pings your credit score. And then, like I said, the reporting timeline. So allow 60 to 90 days for trade lines to appear on your D&B profile, and then you're going to start having business credit, and then you're good to go. So I'll show you just Uline as a quick example here. Just register an account, and then you can get a trade line from there, or you can also just call as well. What they'll do is they'll send you an invoice, and you have 30 days to pay it back, and then you use your business account, like your business banking account that you set up to pay it back, and or credit, whatever, and that's all there is to it. So the next thing to talk about, guys, is professionalizing your business presence, and this is very important. Landlords and property management is not going to take you seriously unless you have some sort of professionalism. And remember, guys, this is a real business, so you want to act like it. What this entails is creating a professional business website. So a well-designed website showcases professionalism to landlords, property owners, and clients, outlining service and building credibility. So I'll start there. This is my website. I'm showing you everything I have here. So this is my website. See, it's not perfect. It just shows that when someone looks you up, a big property management company, your landlord, or anything, that you are a real, you're not some guy trying to lease out their house on Airbnb, right? You're a professional business. You can copy everything on my website. I don't care. But this is what mine looks like. Okay. I have a menu. There's different stuff to go into it. But you don't even need that. You just need to come off as your real business, which is most important. And this is like a kind of fake it till you make it kind of thing at the beginning. But this is how you win. And don't get overwhelmed by this, guys, because it's literally so easy. Like, you can make a website on Wix, just to get you past for the beginning in no time. Like, I'll show you. Just click this. I don't even know. Look at all these templates and stuff. Like, all you need is some photos, some copy. You can really copy my copy if you want. Very basic, right? Just so people can Google you and find you. And you can put it on business cards, all of that, right? It's important, guys. Alternatively, or further down the road, you can also even use Fiverr. Look, web design. It's not even expensive. Like, of course, very interactive websites are expensive. Don't get me wrong. But we don't need that. We just need a one-page website for you guys, right? Look, 117, 176, 264, 95. That's all you need. So you can either do it yourself on Wix, take you realistically 4 hours, I would say. You can outsource it to someone else. You can copy everything I have on my website. It's a little bit slow right now because I have to update or optimize some of the stuff. I haven't updated this in a while, to be honest with you. But the copy and stuff is sound. You can take everything from it. I don't care. And yeah, guys, a few hours. Do it yourself. Outsource it. Whatever. Just make sure you have it. Next is professional email setup. So, guys, I want you to think about how you would come across if it was just like Aiden@yahoo.com and you're approaching a big property management company saying, I want to take 10 of your units. They're going to say, yeah, sure, not. You want to come off as a professional, and professionals have professional emails. You can do this using Google Workplace. It's cheap. You have to do it. I think this one's a non-negotiable. And you want to make sure it matches your domain. So your domain is just going to be like your company, whatever you decide to name it. You can actually create your domain through Google Workplace if you want. It's easy. There's other ways. You can just type in like domain creation to purchase your domain. Just go through Google Workplace for now. Here is Google Workplace. Small business. And you literally just click Get Started. This also gives you access to Google Drive, Google Sheets, like everything in the Google atmosphere. This also is good for down the road because when you start growing, you can have sales at yourcompany.com. You can have one for your VAs, like operations at company.com. That's what I had, like operations for my whole team. And then your name dot, like, it just makes the most sense. You want to start this nice and early. Just make sure you have it, guys. For the domain, the only one I don't recommend is GoDaddy. I had a really hard time with them at the beginning. Just like are pointlessly complicated. So I wouldn't go with GoDaddy. If you are like an Outlook guy, you can go with Microsoft as well, but Google Workplace is the cheapest and easiest right now. Next is email signature. So you really want to be sure to include a professional email signature, name, role, contact information. Again, even if you aren't that guy or that girl yet, you still want to have an email signature. This and a professional email and a professional email signature will drastically increase the chance that people just reply to you in the first place. So it's one of the easiest things you can do, and it will increase your conversion, and it sets you up for professionalism down the road. So do this. I'll even show you how I started mine. Literally, you can go to signature. This is the one I use. There's a million, so don't even take you can use anything. Just type in email signature. Create your signature, and you can look. They're everywhere. Just get a photo for you. If you don't have a professional headshot, you can even use one of those AI websites, like Professional Headshots AI. Even that will work for the time being. I still use some AI shots for stuff, to be honest with you. So you can go get headshots. You can go on Google and make an AI headshot, whatever works. Just get yourself looking professional. And that's it. This is very easy. Next is the pitch deck and company flyer. So you want to prepare a pitch deck to share with property management and landlords, highlighting your business's value and professionalism. This is important. You want to attach this on every email that you send to anyone you're working with or potentially working with, landlords, property management, whatever. This is the most important thing you can do to increase your professionalism. You have to do this. I'm going to show you mine. I'll show you what I use every time. I'll show you both of them actually. I'm transferring here. I'm trying to help you out. Again, feel free to copy everything. The sales copy, whatever, you can take the whole thing. I don't care. I'm going to actually show you it now. This is my company pitch deck. So I'm actually going to show you the, there you go. Feel free to copy everything. I'll also put this in the attachment files below. So we provide corporate housing solutions for our clients and stress-free investments for our partners. Finally, a tenant aligned with your goals and objectives. Just take this, guys. Firstly, why partner with us? We provide predictable income and guaranteed occupancy. We lease multiple units at once, which significantly reduces vacancies. All the pain points. You see, guys? By partnering with us, you'll experience a significant decrease in property wear and tear. We take care of all minor repairs. Convincing, right? This is how you get them on the phone. This is how you negotiate. You see? Professionalism. We are dedicated to simplifying and reducing the workload required of our partners. Our goal is to build lasting connections built on trust and shared success. Our business can only succeed if our spaces are well maintained to the highest standard. Finally, a tenant whose goals and objectives are perfectly aligned with yours. We answer some questions in advance, right? The primary guest is required to undergo a background check. They must formally sign our agreement, which is legally binding. Company name implements post-confirmation protocols that guarantee that clients adhere to all the rules. They show respect. About our clients. Move myself here. We partner with corporations and their HR departments. We work with the adjusters from insurance, higher education, healthcare. This is how you sell yourself. Our tenancy process. You show them exactly what it looks like when you go through it, guys. Look. We sign multiple leases using your standard lease. You receive monthly rent secured against our company revenue. We provide flexible accommodations for our clients. We handle cleaning and maintenance to keep your property in top condition. We ensure you guaranteed occupancy with yearly lease renewals. This is powerful for apartment buildings and landlords, but think about this from a property management perspective. NOI is affected by things like occupancy, vacancy, and then suddenly you're here saying that offer this, you'll take 5 units off them, 10 units, whatever, and they go, wow, so I can reduce all my vacancy and I only have to deal with one person, and they do this and this and this and this, and they have Ring cameras, and they have smart locks, and they have noise monitors, they have everything. The best tenant you'll ever have. The easiest tenant you ever have. The last tenant you ever have. You can copy all of this, guys. Leasing to a traditional tenant. Partnering with us. We place a high value on transparency and are excited about the prospect of working together. Look, your email, your phone, your website, your social, your EIN, your DUNS number. See how it all comes together? This is how you get the competitive edge, and I'm giving it to you right here. I also have something like this. A company flyer. See the difference between getting emailed from someone at yahoo.com compared to this? This is how you get landlords to say yes. So cat's out the bag, guys. This flyer is actually the roadmap completion gift right here. You can just change the company name to whatever. Your business. Company website, company email. Change the colors to what matches you. And you don't even need the paid version of this, guys. You can literally just screenshot it like this. So this is 100% yours if you complete the onboarding here. And it's right here for download. Now, I do have this one as well, but this one is going to be in the paid group a bit further down in the other modules. And this is honestly because if I give everyone this, the exact thing, then you guys are going to do yourself a disservice. If everyone joins a free community and everyone gets this, then you guys are going to end up going against each other with the exact same thing. And it's not going to make the most sense, right? Same thing, right? I'll give you a link. You can just change everything yourself. Just all you have to do is throw your photos in, and that's it. Yeah, anyways, so that flyer is 100% yours in this roadmap completion gift, and that is my gift to you. Lastly, we're going to tie this up with just a summary of what we discussed over this past 40 minutes or so. So, step one, you form your LLC, you get your EIN number, you open up a bank account. If you're in the US, you use LegalZoom. If you're in Canada, you use Taylor Brand. You get your EIN. You open up a bank account. You're officially in business. You get your D&B number. So you get your D&B number for lease applications, and Experian just in case takes a minute. Now, when they send the application through, you put your DUNS number on it, and your credit check clears. To do that, you build history via trade lines. So you get 3 temporary trade lines to rapidly increase credit reporting. We're playing the game. Eventually, you'll have credit through actual business operations as well. So this is just to get you started quickly. And then lastly, while you're doing all this, you become a professional. You solidify online presence to be taken seriously with the big 3. Website, business email, pitch deck. That's all it is, guys. I will highlight the action items underneath this video, step by step, like I said, with links to everything. Just take action, follow everything I've said here, and I can pretty much guarantee that you will be good to go. Let's get to work. Nothing to be afraid of. Just take action, guys. I told you. I'm laying everything out for you. Don't be overwhelmed. Just go through it step by step. That's all there is to it. So that's it for video 2, business setup.